Students will encounter several types of items during testing. They must answer each item before proceeding to the next one. To answer selected response items, students must click the desired answer option so that the letter A, B, C, or D becomes shaded. For interactive items, students need to carefully follow the instructions given to know how to indicate their answer. For example, students may be told to click an object to identify the appropriate answer, drag pictures or words in a table, or click on a keypad. If they wish, students may click the Save button while working on interactive items to save their work. Regardless of whether they click Save or not, their answers will save automatically when they navigate to the next part of the test. After answering all items on a page, the student will click Next to go on. If your school plans to test over multiple days, you may wish to instruct students to pause their tests at a certain point so that they can resume testing at another time. You may also allow a pause if students are taking a break from testing or if they need to leave the room for any reason. Whether they have been instructed to do so or not, students have the ability to pause their test at any time by clicking the Pause button in the upper right corner of the screen. When they do so, a pop-up message will appear asking them to confirm that they want to pause the test. Students should click Yes to confirm the pause or No to resume testing. Students can resume a paused test subject to some limitations, which we will cover in a few moments. Some rules apply when students pause their tests, depending upon how long the pause lasts. Students who pause their tests for less than 20 minutes can return to previous test pages and change the response to any questions they answered before pausing. Students who resume their tests after a pause lasting more than 20 minutes will return to the most recent page containing unanswered items. They may change any answers present on this page, but may not access any items on previous pages of the test. If all items on the page were answered prior to pausing, when resuming the test, the student will be taken to the next page with unanswered items and will not be allowed to access previous pages of the test. As a security measure, after 20 minutes of test inactivity, students are logged out and their tests are paused automatically. Inactivity is determined by whether or not the student is interacting with the test by selecting answers or using navigation tools. Clicking an empty space on the screen is not considered activity. Students will receive a warning message prior to being logged out and must click OK on the pop-up within 30 seconds in order to avoid automatic logout and pausing of their tests. If a student's test is paused due to inactivity, the same rules apply as when the student intentionally pauses the test. When students answer the final question on their tests, the End Test button will appear in the top right corner of the screen, along with a message advising them that the test has been completed and is ready to be submitted. The End Test button does not become visible until the student has selected at least one response to every question on the test. If students click the Next button at this point, they will see a pop-up advising them to click the End Test button when they have completed reviewing their answers. They may also click the Back button to go back and revisit previous items, subject to the pause rule if it has been applied during the test. When students are ready to end the test, they should click the End Test button. A pop-up message will appear allowing them to select Yes if they are ready to finish the test, and No if they are not. If the student selects No, they will return to the last item of the test and can revisit any previous items, subject to the pause rule if applicable. If the student clicks Yes, they will be taken to the review screen, where they have the choice to review their answers or submit the test. Their ability to review and change answers is subject to the pause rule if applicable for this test. Students who are ready to submit their tests should click Submit Test to finish. They will receive a confirmation pop-up asking if they are sure they want to submit. Clicking No will return them to the review screen. Clicking Yes will take them to the End screen, which shows a message indicating that the test was successfully submitted and advises the student to log out. The student will see a confirmation screen and be prompted to log out.